Dodgers, D-backs, 410, Arizona. The Dodgers are minus 145, totals at 10. We saw a nickel move toward Los Angeles, a movement upward on the total. The Dodgers open a $1.40, up to 145, total open 9, up to 10. 71% are leaning Los Angeles, 72% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Diamondbacks are plus 135 on the money line. The Dodgers plus $1.10 on the run line. We have Ross Stripling back in action for the Dodgers. Alex Young for the D-backs. Young 6-3 with a 3.81 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. The Diamondbacks are a perfect 6-0 in their last 6. Nice little win streak for them there. They also rank 9th in offensive hits and 8th in offensive strikeouts. Now the Dodgers have lost their last 3 straight. Of course, those 3 losses coming against these very Diamondbacks. They've also dropped 5 out of their last 7. The Dodgers are 31-37 ATS away from home. I'm going to lean Diamondbacks plus 1.5 in the under 10 runs in that game. All right, only 3 more games to go here. And as I said yesterday, normally when I say only 3 games to go, or only 2 games to go, or we're on the home stretch, I'm normally signaling to my wife that I'm almost done with the podcast and we can get on with our lives and start our day. So only 3 games to go. And those 3 games, we're going to begin with the White Sox taking on the Braves. Are you excited about that? Just wants to breathe. Seasonal allergies kicking my beautiful wife's ass today. And it's very early. It's no way to live not being able to breathe before noontime. But anyway, White Sox taking on the Braves. 5:10 Eastern first pitch in Atlanta. The Braves are minus 140, totals at 9. Not a whole lot of movement on the total. We did see a 10-cent fade of Atlanta in the early wagering. The Braves open a $1.50, down to minus 140. Total open and remains at 9. 54% are leaning Atlanta, 66% shaded toward the under. Right now, the White Sox are plus 130 on the money line. Atlanta plus $1.40 on the run line. We have Lucas Giolito for the White Sox. Julio Teheran for the Braves. Now, Teheran's just 8-8 on the year. He also has a 1.32 whip, so keep that in mind if you're a fantasy player. He's also walked 72 batters thus far on the year. Now, Giolito on the other side, he's been just awesome this year. He's been outstanding. The White Sox, not a great team, and he continues to get it done. He's 14-7 on the year, 3.20 ERA, 1.10 whip. He's also struck out 203 batters thus far on the season. Now, the Braves not cashing a whole lot for their backers at home. If you're a run line player, they're just 32-36 ATS in Atlanta. They rank 19th in hits allowed at home, 21st in walks allowed at home. When it comes to the total, the White Sox are 7-2 to the over in their last 9 when traveling, 4-1 to the over in their last 5 taking on the Braves. I'm going to lean White Sox plus 1.5 in the over 9 runs in that game. All right, 2 more games to go. Next matchup, Reds, Cards, 7:05 Eastern first pitch, Game 2 of a doubleheader at New Busch Stadium. Game 2, pretty much a coin flip. Both teams minus 105, totals at 8. Now, the Reds did open as a pretty steady favorite in this one. They open a $1.20. We saw a 15-cent fade of Cincinnati. They're now a $1.05. We also saw movement downward on the total as well. So once again, the Reds open a $1.20 down to minus 105. Total open 8.5 down to 8 flat. 55% are leaning Reds, and at the moment, the Cardinals, of course, are minus 105 on the money line. The Reds plus a $1.55 on the run line. We have Luis Castillo for the Reds, Daniel Ponce de Leon for the Cardinals. Now, Ponce de Leon comes into this game with a 3.76 ERA, 44 strikeouts, and 40 innings pitched. Meanwhile, Castillo on the other side, as good as he's been this year, he's actually walked 63 batters thus far this season. I think the value for this game is in the Cardinals, pretty much a coin flip at home, and they are the better team. So I'm going to lean St. Louis minus 105 and the under 8 runs for Game 2. All right, next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be a primetime game. Divisional matchup, wild card implications. And that's going to be the Mets at the Phillies, 7:08 Eastern first pitch at Citizens Bank Park in South Philly. Another coin flip matchup. This is the kind of game you want in prime time. Both teams minus 105, totals 9.5. Now the Mets opened up as the favorite in this one, and as a matter of fact, we saw a 10-cent fade of New York in the early wagering. We also saw movement upward on the total. The Mets opened $1.15 all the way down to minus 105. Total open 9 up to 9.5. 54% are leaning Mets, 61% shaded toward the over. The Phils are minus 105 as well, and the Mets are plus 145 on the run line. We have Marcus Stroman for the Mets, Zach Eflin for the Phils. Eflin comes into this game with an 8-11 record, 4.50 ERA, 1.38 WHIP. Stroman on the other side for the Mets, 3.29 ERA, 124 strikeouts. The Phils have dropped 4 out of their last 6. They're also just 29-42 against the spread at home. They rank 23rd in hits allowed, 23rd in strikeouts at home. Now the Mets on the other side, winners in 5 out of their last 6 when traveling. They're also 39-32 ATS away from home. They're 5th in road hits, 6th in striking batters out. Now, total-wise, the Mets are 43-28 to the over when traveling. The Phils are 4-1 to the over in their last 5 taking on the Mets. I'm going to lean the New York Mets minus 105 in the over 9.5 runs in that game. And we're going to go ahead and slide into our quick picks, our quick recap brought to you by myself at patreon.com/BrockPage. Actually, it's brought to you by our college football package on patreon.com/BrockPage. That is currently 6-0 in the 2019 college football season. But anyway, for Sunday's action, we have the Mets minus 105 in the over 9.5. We have the Cardinals minus 105 in the under 8 runs. We have the White Sox plus 1.5 in the over 9 runs. We have the Diamondbacks plus 1.5 in the under 10 runs. We have Boston minus 110 in the over 9.5. We have the Giants minus 130 in the under 8 runs. We have the Pirates plus 115 in the under 14. We have the Rangers minus 125 in the over 10.5. We have Milwaukee plus 1.5 in the over 8.5. We have Baltimore plus 115 in the over 9.5. We have the Nationals minus 1.5 in the over 9 runs. We have Minnesota minus 1.5 in the over 9.5. We have Cleveland plus 1.5 in the under 8 runs. Astros minus 1.5 over 9 runs. Yankees minus 130 over 11. And last but certainly not least, Cincinnati plus 1.5 in the under 8.5 in game 1 of that doubleheader. All right, guys, now it's time to get into some shout-outs brought to you by our college football package on patreon.com/BrockPage. Got to give a shout out to OG Base, Jimmy McFly, Tasty Quicksand, Manuel Villarreal, Lucas M, The Bluminator, Christopher Roxbury, Malice Burgoyne, Eric Harvey, who Eric Harvey was not very happy with my, I think it was the Rams prediction. Eric Harvey, not impressed by me. Psh, not on my worst day, pal. Shout out to Nikki Moday, who said, all right, I'll be the first to say it. Your predictions are horrible. Well, Nikki Moday, or Mole, whatever your name is, it really doesn't matter because obviously this was the first video that you ever watched that I produced. Because if you were smart, you'd be on that college football package, which is 6-0, and we're not even through week 1. So, Nikki Mole, you got to do a better job. Get the job. We love you. We don't hate you. But you got to do a better job. Not on my worst day, pal. All right, next shout out. Julian Garcia, Dollar Bills, Gen 1 Street Life, Ronnie Warford, Charlotte P. Charlotte, great to see you. Next shout out, great name. The name is, this comment is dumb, dumb, dumb. Shout out to you. Shout out to Ugly John, Donald Rowe, Jack C. And last but certainly not least, Nick Colaccio, who says, it's time to do some time stomps, mate. It's time to do some time stomps, mate. I don't know, man. When you got guys like Blown Stallone and Worthy OM 311 posting my written picks in the comment section below each and every day, we don't need no time stomps, mate. We don't need them. But thank you, Nick, for commenting. You are the commenter of the day. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website. Link for that site is in the link below. We're 6-0 in our last 6 college football plays. We're perfect on the year. We do daily plays on that site. They begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So click that link in the description section below. That is my website, patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, I got to thank you for tuning in right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great content, all this great free information. Happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.